This episode of I Gotta Win the Lotto is brought to you by Eye Candy by Lily. Eye Candy by Lily, it's more than just beauty. It's more than just enhancements. It's everything you need at your fingertips. She has 20 to 23 millimeter lashes, butterfly lashes, colored lashes, rhinestone lashes, eyeliner, lip liner, lip gloss, press on nails, everything you need to look right for you, your man, and everybody else. So head on over to her website, iCandyByLily.com. Same thing for Instagram, Twitter, and check out what she got going on. Hey, welcome back to another episode of I Gotta Win the Lotto. I'm trying to think. Dang, you might be my first athlete on here.
Bruh, shoot,
First
look
of
at that.
many. That's so wow. All right. Very, very special guest. Very special guest. I've been knowing you, good God. Probably since like your Pee Wee flag football days.
It's
Like
been
it's
a
been a
long
long
time.
time, bro. All right. The special guest for today is Mr. Darryle Ware.
Yo,
How you doing?
I'm doing good, feeling blessed.
That's what's good. That's what's up. That's what's up. So tell me what's been going on with you lately.
Shoot, last week I had my pro day. That was good. Had the Panthers and the Browns there. Said I looked
Okay.
good, you know, things like that. Now I'm just really waiting till the draft. Honestly, that the draft is April 22nd. And yeah, today's the first day of April, so it's right around the corner.
That's wow. Dang. So okay, let's start out. You went to South Carolina first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then did you go to a school in Tennessee or somewhere else?
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
And which school was that?
It's now called East Texas, but their name then was Texas A&M Commerce out in Commerce,
Oh, okay.
Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, got you. And then you transferred to the Citadel.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why I was like, okay, obviously we from Charleston, you know. So the full circle moment, like, how did it feel? I guess coming back home to play because you used to live downtown,
Yeah, no, it would have been better if I still lived downtown. But
you
no,
know.
it was great definitely being around there, especially that area cuz that's like that area is the start. Like that
Yeah,
to end college there, to say that's where I started, like to say my first scrimmage there was on Stony Field.
really.
You see, you know the gravity of that, but me, like,
Yeah,
not everybody else will understand that. But Stony
yeah,
Field, for the people who don't
yeah.
know, that's what we started out at. Me and her cousin, who, that's how we know each other. But yeah, the back down in the city gym, back when they used to have the old facility right over there. Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Burke's
yeah.
main field still.
Mhm.
It look good now. I don't know if you ever seen it recently. Like they redid it,
Oh
everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy because when they redid it, I became a camp counselor at City Gym.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. So I experienced the old one and I experienced the new one. And don't get me wrong, nothing beats the old City Gym.
nah,
Nothing beats the
nah.
old City Gym. But I mean, the new one is nice. It's good because like remember we used to have to walk like to the pool, but now it's
Yeah.
attached to the building. You know, but I definitely it's always going to be a good place for the community. Like it don't matter where you from, everybody's welcome to City Gym. It was
No, it's
always
great.
just like neutral grounds.
When was you camp counselor there? What years was that?
Ooh, boy, goodness gracious. When I turned 15, I became a camp counselor there. So like, I don't know what year that was.
Well, my
That,
main point was I was gonna ask, was some of the old people that used to be with us, like still
yeah,
there?
yeah, there was camp counselors too. I might have been what 2013, 2012, around that
You
time.
think you think anybody still there?
Um,
I just
I
highly
think
doubted it. That's why I
I
never
think
really went over there to check.
I'm trying to think because I was talking to my granny about that, and she was telling me some of them did retire. Um, I think Coach Red, I think he did retire, but last time I checked, he was there. And like, Miss Michelle and all of them. Like, so
No, you
the
said a
old some
name,
of the
Coach
OG
Red.
staff was still there, exactly. But and then like after Miss T passed away, it's just like,
Yeah.
man, it like they they kept it going, but it's not the same, man.
No, I think if I remember correctly, God forgive me if I'm wrong, cause my pops didn't get to like, he was a volunteer coach, so
Hmm.
he was tapped in a little bit, but we would get some info. But I want to say that Coach Pee Wee had died first, and then Miss T had died, and then that's when we
Oh,
really
what?
started.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
If it's not him, it's somebody else I'm thinking about. But I
Yeah,
know it
yeah,
was another
it gotta be
man.
somebody else. It gotta be somebody else. I think Pee Wee still with us.
Hey, if Pee Wee's still with us, thank God. But I definitely want to see him because boy, somebody I haven't seen in like
Dang,
I can't
yeah,
tell you
no,
how
I
long.
think. Oh boy, you made me call my granny. No, I think he's still here. I swear, I think he's still here. It gotta be somebody else. But
Is that his real name? Like,
no, it's crazy. I don't know Pee Wee real name. I really don't, bruh. Crazy. Dang, I don't. Yeah, I don't know his real name because we always call him Coach Pee Wee.
and the only people who would know is them people that we thinking of. Like I don't,
Yes, bruh.
because all the other
Yes,
people, like my dad, he know him as Coach Pee Wee as well.
exactly, exactly. Wow, that's wild. Dang, boy, that's some downtown roots right there, man.
Back in the day, recipes Miss
So,
T.
okay, let me ask you this, because like, okay, now you were playing in your hometown, but at first you were playing, in your home state because growing up in South Carolina, like if you got recruited to play for Clemson or South Carolina, like shoot, like that's it. Like you always see them as a kid. Like this is the teams I want to play for one day. So why did you leave South Carolina?
Boom. So I actually that was what my third year. So my junior year,
Mm-hmm.
2022 going into 2023.
Yeah.
So that's for most people that know the junior year, like that's your year you're supposed to like if you're a rising star, that's your first time starting, or like that's your breakout season period. Like that's the main point. That's your breakout season. Whether you in high school or college, junior year is usually like okay, he's about to break out. Boom. So my freshman and sophomore year, I played. At the end of my freshman season, I played the last two games against Georgia and Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Recorded, what was that? What, 8 tackles in both of those
Okay.
games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in that Georgia game, we had a linebacker go down, so that's how I was able to get in. And
Mm-hmm.
then that following game, he was still out, and we had more people opt out because it was that COVID year.
Yeah.
So I was able to actually like start that game and play that whole game. Um, so that was a good experience. Then my sophomore year, the first game I played was the third game of the season against Georgia. And then I played throughout the season. I played every game special teams, but throughout the season at the linebacker position, that sprinkled here and there. So
Mm-hmm.
then my junior year, I'm looking like, okay, this is supposed to be the year.
Yeah.
Boom. What I
Yeah.
didn't say is that my freshman year, because of the COVID year, they gave everybody an extra year. So the people who were 2 years ahead of me, being in
Yeah.
perspective, people from Charleston who know DeCarrion, who I also went to high school with, he's 2 years
Yeah.
ahead of me. Boom. His class got an extra year. So the linebackers who was in front of me, because I was a two, the starters, they got an extra year. So mind you, that reflects on that junior
Mm-hmm.
year. So that was their last year, being their sixth
Yeah.
year. And so
Dang.
that was them, the school trying to get them to the league and stuff like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
that they end up playing them more, and that's just how the dice roll. But me knowing the next year I need to be on the field like ASAP if I want to make this
Yeah.
thing shake.
Mm-hmm.
And the room freed up afterwards, but and like that those chances there, just because how that played out, and I felt like I showed way more than enough to at least have gotten way more playtime than I did that year.
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, I can't play this cat mouse game. So I need something definite. So I went out to Texas.
Dang.
And Texas happened because I had a good bit of schools reach out to me. But Texas personally happened because the coach, who was the linebacker coach there, he recruited me when he was at Virginia Tech when I was in high school. And
Mm.
that was probably Virginia Tech and Kentucky outside of South Carolina was like the two schools that recruited me heavy. And I would have he definitely would have took me at Virginia Tech if it wasn't for extra other stuff. But that's besides the point. He was there, and I was like, man, this can make something happen. And so I went out there, and I had a chance to finally start a whole season and experience that.
Okay. So why did you leave? If like you felt like this is your guy. Like everybody, athletes know. Like when you come to a school that a coach recruited you to, and that coach leave, unless you got a guaranteed spot, it's kind of like, am I gonna follow that coach, or am I gonna go to another school where somebody else recruited me, or I'm just gonna have to try to fight for my spot? Because it's like sometimes you don't always gel with the new coach, and like 9 times out of 10 they got their people. Like they already know who they
Hmm.
got picked. They bring in who they want there, so it can hinder you a little bit when a new coach comes in. So like that way you said that he recruited you so heavy. Why did you leave East Texas and go to the
So
Citadel?
being out in Texas, that's the furthest and longest stint I've ever been away from home. Like
Mm.
I've been far away from home already because of South Carolina. But like I was out there for a whole year. But being out there for a whole year and that ended up being the worst team I actually been on. Like we only
Oh,
won one game. That wasn't worth it to me. So I
I
was like,
feel
I'd
you.
rather come back home.
Yeah. Dang, that's
But that's
crazy.
not that's not I say I'd rather come back home, but that's not how that played out. I'd rather go back home, meaning that like I'd rather hit the portal. Because what
Mm.
ended up really happening was I hit the portal and then I ended up staying home for a whole year. So the whole 2024, I wasn't in school or on a team. So that's why like if you
What?
was to look at my Instagram, that's how I have like the marathon pictures and stuff like that cuz that's what I picked up on my year off cuz I was staying up, staying active and stuff like that.
Mm.
And then at
Dang.
the end of that year, that's when
Yeah.
Citadel hit me up.
Wow. I don't know too many athletes that like took a year off and then like was still able to and then come to like a D1 school at that. That's pretty good. So I wonder what made the Citadel
No, it's
hit you
God.
up. Like I wonder what made them hit you up after that year off.
So it was both parties. I had already
Mm-hmm.
hit them up. Like actually I had because me being in this thing for so long, I know a lot of people in a lot of different places. I actually hit up them and because I had old prior high school teammates at the Citadel that was there before I got there that I had talked to their coaches. On that year I was off, but that wasn't they they didn't have room for a linebacker nor all the
Mm-hmm.
extra stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so they didn't pay me no mind until the end of that year and it was time they needed a linebacker and then they see my messages and then hit me up and then so forth, so forth.
Mm. Wow. So like, what's something that people don't understand about like when you're transferring schools? Because a lot of times people see like you playing for this big program, and it should be so easy for you to just be able to go to another big program when that isn't always the case. So what's something that people don't really
N-
realize?
n-
Like that's not transferring ain't really like that for real.
No, it's not easy because unless you one of the people who blessed to have like a lot with your name, and mind you, I had more than most people with my name. I still
Mm-hmm.
fell to the numbers in the portal. Um, Especially like saying like, okay, my process. my process from South Carolina to Texas was more like, okay, I just needed to understand where I wanted to go. That one wasn't really too much of a trouble. It was like a lot of people talking and then going ghost, but that
Mhm.
wasn't really much the issue. It was that second go around after I left Texas, and then like coaches not really liking, you leaving the school with a one win record. You know what I'm saying? It's not the fact that I left the school or anything that has to do with it. This is the school that everybody awards winning
Yeah.
and winners. So,
Yeah.
if somebody with half of my film coming from Florida State, they gonna
Mm.
take him over somebody with more film from a one win school. Just because they reward certain things more than the other, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's just like,
And then the
I mean,
South
obviously.
Carolina thing, it plays a part. Like coaches saw that, but
Hmm.
I guess because I'm not a mind reader. I guess some of them didn't jump at it. But then when I get to the Citadel, and then also just talking to people through this draft process, like everybody brings up South Carolina. So it's like, okay, you see it, but it wasn't like it was taken in account with the certain parties that I wish it was taken in account with.
Mm, I get you. I get you. Yeah, because like, don't get me wrong, like obviously football is a team sport, but it's like, okay, y'all have y'all individual film for a reason. So, I mean, the school winning one game, like, yeah, I get it. Like, obviously, you want somebody that comes from like a winning program, but it's like, bruh, that's not your fault. Like,
Yeah,
that's not your fault.
literally,
Yeah, y'all only want one. Like, what on a linebacker? That's not your fault. What are you supposed to
literally,
do about that?
I was doing my part too.
That's crazy. So like, dang man, how did you stay like motivated? Because coming from that situation, only winning one game, it's like, dang. And then you know you hit the portal, and it wasn't really what you wanted it to be, and then having to wait a year, like how did you stay motivated to be like, okay, I'm gonna keep playing? Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people would have folded. It would have been like, maybe this is just the end of my career. Like, I'm just done. I might as well just finish getting a degree and then just go about my business.
That's real. God first, because God gave me the God given ability to even get this far. So me
Hmm.
knowing that first was like, okay, I gotta keep going till the wheels fall off. And the wheels didn't fall off. It was just the fact that I never thought like, is this it? It was a matter of where I was going next. And as that time went on, it was just like where and when, just not like it was never that thought of, nah, it's not. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah,
always the main thing has always been the main thing, and I
I
never
know
lost
that's
sight of
right.
that. That's
Hmm.
that's really the biggest thing about it. I just never lost sight of that, and I stayed in it. And even as like, no, yeah, there was definitely times where the light at the end of the tunnel got dim, but that's when I just had to fall back, lean on the faith, really talk
Yeah,
to him and understand like, what's meant is what's meant.
yeah, I know that's right. I always say that, like, bro, you gotta keep the main thing. And I mean, that's resilience. Like, it really shows like how bad you want this for real. So, do you think like, 'cause when you were coming out of high school and you said you were being recruited heavily by South Carolina, Virginia Tech, and Kentucky, right?
Hmm.
So if you didn't choose South Carolina, and let's say you chose Kentucky or Virginia Tech, do you think things might have been different, or you probably still would have had to transfer along the way?
Mm, I don't know. I actually don't like to play in the hypothetical field just because like that's another kingdom's playground, and I don't like that
Mm-hmm.
one. And so
I
So
feel you.
I would say though that anything is possible, and it was a lot that played a part at the end of that process picking South Carolina. And like obviously South Carolina is my dream school, and that was always the place I wanted to go. But actually going through the process versus being a child and thinking about it, you finally think and start to weigh things differently. I think if
Hmm.
certain things played differently, something my destination could have played different, but it didn't play like that. So that's where we at with it.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. And it's wild because, like, going back to what you said about COVID, it's like we used to always be like, oh, new people. Like, since COVID gave some of those upperclassmen all that extra time, we just was like, okay, when they gonna get out of here? When they gonna graduate? Like Bo Nix and them. Like, when are y'all leaving? But you never really think about the guys that are under them. Like, dang, they really are like not getting their time for real. Cause normally, like a regular time frame, like you would have been able to move up. But since people got so much extended time, it did like those guys that's like at the 2 and 3, like uh they didn't really get their fair shake for real. And I know like everybody's spot is earned. Some seem a little political to me. It seemed like it was given, but whatever. Everybody's spot is earned, and like I get that you trying to get your guys to the league. I get that, but sometimes we do see like, okay, why is so and so like we're not in the practices? I understand that, but why are some of these guys not getting those reps? Like, what's the problem here? So I definitely
Politics as
don't
usual.
think they be getting on my nerve with that. I before you even got to South Carolina and we were still under the Muschamp era, bruh, it was so political. Like it was so hard to be a student at South Carolina during that Muschamp era because it was always like you get the glimpses of like, okay, we have the team, we have the resources. There's no reason why we should have this record. Like we got it, and then losing season, and you just be like, or like we'll break even. It's like, bruh, again, every single time they put out one little video
Year after
where they're
year.
like getting everybody ready. You be like, I'll run through a wall for this team, bruh. Come on, and then nothing happens. Nothing freaking happens. And I like Beamer. I like the environment that and the energy that he brings, and but I don't know. It seems like it's like you getting the guys and you got the resources, but it's not what a lot of people are expecting it to be. At least for not all that talent that they have.
It's hard, man. I say like just being actually in it, the world really don't understand. It's hard, but this thing is not like yeah. It sound good to think that okay, yeah, 2 plus 2 equals 4. So if you have good coaches and good players, that's just supposed to equal 4. But there's a whole lot of other factors that just change it into where this
That
don't
is
even
true.
be regular multiplication no more. This is algebraic expressions.
I'm
like
screaming. No, that is 100% true because there's so many things that go into like just a solid, especially a program like that, big D1 winning program. There's a lot of things that goes into it. But man, it's just be like, bruh, when is it gonna happen? Like, what? Dang, man.
no, we
Like,
do. We've been way overdue.
when is it gonna happen? Like I said, we get the glimpses. Like, I don't know, they looking kind of nice, and then it's just same old. And you be like, bro, it's like we beat the teams that like nobody expects us to beat. Like we beat Georgia, but then we'll lose to Vanderbilt. Like, bro, it just be like, what is going on? Like, what is
Yeah,
happening?
yeah. No, it'd be yeah. Hey, life of a South Carolina fan.
Boy, it's rough. It's very, very rough. But okay, so outside of college, so now, getting ready for the draft. I know you said you had your pro day. So, like, what's your day to day now? As like, it's kind of down. Like, are you training? Are you talking to like management? Like, what's going on?
So I'm definitely training every day. That's the first thing. That's first thing of the day. Every day train. Gotta stay maintain. Gotta maintain what I've worked for. Um, then the rest of the day really is because this is my last semester of school, and then I have my
Mhm.
master's in May.
All right,
And
all
yeah, I
right.
had I had my MBA. So working with that, I actually got some homework to do after this.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But besides that, so besides working out, school, I also have some side businesses that I run, and so just working with that throughout the days. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, dang, that's like so training every day. I say like you're training every day, and then like you're also in touch with management as well.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But then that's like that's a quick thing. Like my agent will call me, and then I'll just be that have that quick convo, boom, do whatever he say, if that's the case, or he telling me something, and then just yeah.
Okay, and then you said at your pro day, the Browns and the Panthers were there.
Hmm.
How do you feel like you did at your pro day?
I just saw it for sure. I wish no shade to my school, but if the grounds was a little better, I would have had a greater day.
Did it
Like it
rain?
would. No, it just I don't think the turf was really well, I don't think they upkept they I don't think they did their job before they knew we was going out there. I'm gonna just be honest.
Man, now that's something like, all right, now everything needs to be crispy. This turf needs to be perfect. Everything needs to be measured and lined up. Every single segment, because like, bro, it's one little thing that can throw off your whole pro day. And y'all be there. Like, how long do y'all be there?
No, it actually wasn't that long. We was there from 12 to 3.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. And then like some people would think you would get like a home court advantage because you're in your area, but if stuff not right, then it can hinder you.
No, that definitely. And then the stuff that I'm thinking about, like yeah, it wasn't just me. And I wasn't none of I because my last name start with a W, so I'm not even close to being one of the first people going. That's how they do this thing in alphabetical order. But yeah,
Oh,
like shoot, I ain't gonna lie, everybody was having a time.
dang! I hope they took that in consideration.
But I hope so too. Well, I know during it they took it in consideration, but like saying, do you count that afterwards? Because yeah, there definitely was times where they was like, oh yeah, let's move out of this area, let's try another area, and moving stuff around and just like that in the third. So yeah, when you doing all of that, it's not supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
hope you kept put that in account.
Yeah, and like, okay, so I know when people get drafted, obviously you just be happy to go where like anybody will take you. You know what I'm saying?
Of
Like,
course.
thank you God, I made it finally after all that hard work you put into. But like, just imagine like you playing for the Panthers. You know, like it's not home, but it's close enough.
No,
Like
definitely.
that would be crazy, man.
No, I definitely would consider it home enough. It being the Carolinas for sure.
Exactly. And I mean, to be honest, the Panthers love recruiting from within. They always getting players from South Carolina.
No, they are. They are. That's I'm hoping they pull their big one.
No, for real. I swear to God, I'm an Eagles fan. But if you were to go there, I will get a Panthers jersey.
Nah, it's not up to if I want to go. If they
No,
want me.
not no. If you were to go, if you were, if you were to go, if you were to go,
Yeah.
I would
No,
definitely
I
get
feel
that
you.
jersey, man.
No, I'm a Steelers fan. Obviously, like being a Steelers fan, like it would be great to be a Steelers, but you know, just the reality. I know I'm fine wherever I
Yeah.
go, but also if it was up to me, I don't know if I'd pick the Steelers right now, just for the fact that we just lost Mike Tomlin, and this is usually that period of time with a team like us that it's just a lot of trying and figuring things out. I don't
Yeah.
know if I want to be a part of that.
Dang, that's wild. That's I mean, I was very like I wouldn't say I was surprised because I was like he's just a winning coach. They the playoffs is but the man wins at the end of the day. So I think he knew it was coming, but he like it ain't finna happen like that. So I might as well, take a step back before it gets to that point. So before y'all be like, we gotta let you go, I might as well just be like, hey, it's not working like how we wanted to, so I'm just gonna leave. So like I said, I didn't see it coming, but you
No,
kind
they
of saw
knew.
it coming. Like, is
Did
this
we?
gonna be it?
Us as fans, we knew because it has been the same thing the last 4 years,
Yeah.
and really longer than 4 years. But the last 4 years have been really the worst, with like just such high peaks and such low drops, like quick
Hmm.
crashes, like doing things like going on a winning streak than going on a losing streak. Like it's just
Yeah.
things that's not supposed to happen. And then him, he shoot with that man's had 20, what they said, 19 or 20 winning seasons, like, and
Yeah.
that's a record that probably I nobody might ever break, and that's held by a black man at that.
Hello.
You know what I'm
Hello.
saying?
So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. They in a weird position, but and then when they got Rogers, I was like, what's happening here? What's
I I
going on?
I knew he could do a little bit, but I just
Like
knew
why?
things have to. We needed too many bells and whistles to make him be the greatest that he can be, and we ain't have all that.
Yeah, yeah, that done. Cut it. It's over. I mean, I still don't understand why that even happened, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, um, obviously, like making it to the draft and getting drafted, that's like winning the lottery for y'all.
No, definitely.
So I say when you do and you get that first check, what are you gonna spend it on?
I mean, that thing going in the savings.
I mean, that is very smart. That is very smart. But if you wanted to get something for yourself, because every athlete does, what would you get?
Mama be so real. I can't tell you which paycheck I'm gonna use on myself because, bro, there's so many things that gotta come first.
Mm-hmm.
That like one one because I'm depending on where I go, most likely gonna be like I'd rather like an apartment situation than trying to just get in a house and just be having a lot of space for no reason. You feel me?
I feel you.
Like that'll come, but like obviously, right? Yeah, in these first years, I don't. That's not needed. I just need like a good central amount of like if I could get a good 2 bedroom, nice size, and then if I think like some of the big cities that have like a real studio type of setup, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's boom. We just gonna rock like that, and then thug that out for a little minute. Boom. Also stack up the bread through other. Actually, really, for the most part, the most of the checks is gonna go to first, obviously savings and investments. So investing more into my businesses and other businesses that I'll start with that money. Build that up. Once my money is making more money, then I can start splurging on myself.
Okay, okay, so you would be low key until you could be flashy, basically. But
Yes, but
let me
I
ask
know
you
how to
this.
do it where it's gonna always look like that.
Okay, okay, okay. So, what businesses did you want to talk about them? Like, what businesses do you have going on the side?
Currently, I own vending machines and I have a trucking business. The trucking business is actually paused right now just because
Yeah.
that takes more handiness, and I've been having to be offhand these last couple weeks.
Okay, okay. So, like, tell me about the vending machine business then. Because it feels like I know so many people that want to do it, they just don't know how to start.
So, okay, one, this has actually been a plan that I've had since like the start of college. So when I got in
Hmm.
at 2020, so to say in 2026 I finally got it going, that just tell you how like life can life for real. In my
Life do be
cases
like.
was really football and school, so I really didn't have the time, because I had to dedicate my time and money to a lot of other things.
Hmm.
But not what that year off really got me time to really stack up, really like get a good foundation to where then when I went to school, I was sitting on more, and then also with the school giving me money, I was able to use that during my time there while having the money I still saved. So then, as I'm finally getting to that point, like, okay, this is about to be over. Okay, let me start to make some of this money make me money. Okay, let's finally do the vending machine thing. As I was then looking for vending machines, I found somebody was selling a route. And so I lucked up and bought a route where I bought 13 machines with 9 already on like locations.
Okay,
So all I had to
okay.
do was just go in, you know, put my snacks in, change the prices, do all of that stuff, and then I had 4 more from them already in storage. Plus, I had actually bought a vending machine on that year off that I just never got placed because I had needed it to get fixed with a certain part that I just never had time to get to. Boom.
Hmm.
So now I have 14 in all, with obviously still the 9 on location and 5 in storage. So I need to get these 5 on a location, and then I'll be even more. Feel me?
Wow, that's crazy. So, like that year off, obviously you had time to reflect, like just outside of football. Like, yeah, you wanted to get back on the field, but it did allow you to be like, okay, like let me see what else I can do out there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, a lot of times, especially playing at such a high level like D1 athletes, like you said, it's always just eat, sleep, and whatever their sport may be, whether it's basketball, volleyball, soccer, like that's a lot on an athlete, bro. And like you just always looking at how I'm training my body, how I'm recovering my body, like I'm just eating, school, sleep, sports. And a lot of times when it's over with, like if they don't make it to a pro or they just don't go or they may get cut from a team, whatever the case may be, and like sports it's over. Like that's it. You can get into coaching or something like that, but you playing, it's done. And I feel like a lot of athletes have such a hard time adjusting after that. Um, like some get bored because they don't have that set schedule of I'm so constantly busy all the time. It's just work and home. So outside of what they've been doing their whole life, they may not have any hobbies.
That's real.
So you know what I'm saying? Like you can get depressed or you can feel stagnant or just like stuck and whole time like the world is your oyster. Like now
That's
that
real
you're not
life.
doing any type of athletics anymore, like you can really just explore, like explore. And I know I really want more athletes to like find that time and things that they like to do while they're in like doing in any type of athletics. But it's hard because you're so busy. You don't really have that downtime. So like when it's over, it's like you really gotta you kind of relearning yourself a little bit. But
Yeah,
as an
if you
adult,
don't know yourself, you gotta learn it.
yeah, and you're doing it as an adult now. You're not doing it as a kid because you out in the real
Hmm.
world. So how you going to adjust to that? You know. But I think that's good that you actually were able to do that while you were still in school because a lot of people aren't able to do that.
No, yeah, I can't lie. Like that year definitely was a blessing. Like that, no, that year gave me everything I needed to become a beast. I'm gonna be real with you, because like I was able to stay strong, but I was able to get to the depths for real. So I knew, okay, what I want is what I want, and I found out more things that I wanted and how to get them, and
Mm,
also like through that was also learning more things. I say all that to say, for real, like, bruh, the sky the limit for you, boy. It don't matter what you see me do. The sky the
that's
limit.
what's up.
Like this thing about me, I ain't never was worried about the after. Never,
Mm,
because I knew the after part is gonna be way more fun than what the football part was gonna be. I'm gonna be real,
really?
cause no, yeah, but y'all, man, y'all think yeah, yeah, all right. Yeah, you think football associated with my name? Just wait till I really diversify. Like it's too much. I've been a jack of all trades, and it's a lot that I don't show just because it ain't time to show, and
Mm.
and the things that go around showing things, stuff like that. We can talk more off camera if you want, but yeah, no,
Okay.
it's a lot for sure. I have planned. I'm gonna never go
Wow,
dormant.
that's good. That's really good. And I'm so proud and I'm so happy for you, Brett. Cause like I said, like seeing y'all be like them little kids and like seeing where you are now, like I'm sure you grown, like and having the mentality that you have, it's like wow, like y'all really grew up.
You seen
It's crazy.
when the last time you seen your cousin? That boy look grown.
No, for please, cause he gets on my nerve and he think he's so grown. He ain't grown. Ain't nothing about him grown. He's like, I'm grown man. Why you know grown? Please.
Yeah, that sound
I
like
remember
him.
when I was taller than him. So much a grown. All right. So we're gonna get into a couple of would you rather's. All right.
Let's do it.
Would you rather have a huge contract or a huge contract on a losing team or a smaller contract on a winning team?
Smaller contract on a winning team.
Oh, okay. Why that?
The opportunities tenfold when you win. Like it's actually like you only know if you've been on a winning team or just been close enough to winning teams to know
Mm-hmm.
that like, but it's the type of eyes and type of opportunities that is given once you win versus when you not. Like it's just it almost equates the high salary. Like let's say I
High key. High
it's a low
key.
salary, but yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, no.
So like, I feel like it's kind of like, and you'll see this a lot with basketball players too. But it's like players kind of go through these flows. Like they come fresh in the league. I want to win. I want a championship. Then it goes either way. Life happens. They kind of like start chasing that money if they haven't gotten those things, or if they have, it depends. And then when you start chasing money, 9 times out of 10, you're not really gonna be on the best team.
That's real.
After they do that, they start to be like, "Man, I'm tired of losing. Like I'm trying to win," and they go right back to trying to chase that championship, but it might be too late. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
when I look at Tyreek Hill, like and he won in the beginning. He was constantly winning. Then he was like, "I'm good. I want the bag now." Now that bag ain't what you thought it was gonna be. Now you want to leave and try to get back to being competitive, but it's like you had the chance to be competitive, but you
He
went after
also
that
wanted to
money.
go back to the crib. I ain't gonna lie. That's where he
But it's
from,
like, bruh,
so
it's like when that grass ain't always greener, and you see that a lot with basketball players. Like after
true.
they win the championship, they get kind of like content about what they got going on, and they start chasing that money. But then you be like, bruh, we suck. Like I want the money, but I also want to win. And then you talk to retired players, and they always be like, "Go get the money, go get the money, go get the money." They
No,
always tell
I'm
you
gonna be
that.
honest with you. The content is like synonymous with that money because
Mm,
I've met a lot of people through college who, my when I think of dreams, like I think of it at the highest level. Like,
mm,
it if if it's football, it's Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Boom. I literally played on teams with people, not just high school, but in college, who was like, I just want that first check and I'm good.
yeah, yeah,
Which was crazy to me, knowing that in any sport, your rookie contract is always going to be
yes,
the
yes,
cheapest. Like, even if you
yes.
got to that point at the end, like you've been floating team to team, even if you got to that point where you just signing 1 year deals, that's going to be more guaranteed money than your rookie contract would ever be. The fact that people is fine with little money when they first get it, knowing that they could expand it, like it
But see,
always.
to them, it's not low money because they never touch that.
Me either, but like it's still, I know, like, oh, and then the fact that I don't know, it's just I feel like a lot of people ignore the facts. So if you a high a highly recruited player, most of the
Mm,
time you're told a lot of statistics and numbers on yourself. So boom, if you're being told things like, okay, you know, yeah, if you get to the league and most big players, they get their max contract on their second contract. So meaning you either sign a 3 or 4 year out of college, and then after that, if you do great during that your first 3 4 years, you're gonna sign a super max, which is that's when you start talking them double to three
yeah,
digit numbers. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. The
Boom.
big numbers.
If you know that you get in there, you ball out for 3 4 years, and you get that, you can start sucking after that. But I'm saying, like, if you go in there already like, oh, I'm cool with this, like, that's just
That
crazy to
man
me.
said you can start sucking like in the beginning, work, work, work. After you get that, you can be trash. Like it's alright. Like you can be trash.
Because now I ain't gonna lie, like being content makes sense when you sitting on 100 M's, but being content with two, what?
Yeah, yeah. And after taxes, I mean, shit. Then how some people is they gonna
They
blow
got
it. They gonna
kids,
try to pay for everybody to come with them and stuff like that. You ain't gonna have. You ain't gonna have nothing left.
bruh. You talking about paying for people on top of some of these people got kids,
Yeah, yeah,
got whole families for real, and then on top be trying to pay for everything,
yeah,
like
yeah.
outside of their family. So you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like it just that's why when you actually get into, because I've had to do these reports for schools and all this stuff plenty of times. But if you actually get into what makes athletes go broke fast, it's everything that comes with once you are that person that gets a lump sum of money, and everybody around you who never could imagine that amount of money start to look at you like the savior. That just in most people's good heart, what are they gonna do? I'm gonna help everybody, not knowing that in all, like, it's like
Yeah,
the giving tree. You just giving
boy,
and giving
listen.
and giving till you not
You
living no
can't
more.
help everybody.
Yeah, no,
Can't
live for
help
real.
everybody. Well, all right. The next would you rather? I guess I kind of got to answer this, but would you rather blow your first check on a car or invest it and wait?
Invested. You already knew that answer.
I
Yeah.
already know the answer to this one. Wait, should be smart, but you'll be surprised by how many people will be like, I mean, I ain't gonna blow it. But I'm gonna get a new car though. Like you will be so surprised. So many people gonna say that,
No, I'm definitely gonna get a Tesla, but like,
bruh.
that ain't nothing crazy.
What y'all want Teslas for? Like, what is the fascinations with Teslas? I don't get it. Them are some ugly cars.
Hey, all I say is ask John. He got what
No, 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 no. He got a Mustang. His girl got a Tesla.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
But no,
he got an electric Mustang, but his girl got the
that's what
Tesla.
it is. I knew he had something that was similar.
Hmm.
And I definitely did see his girl Tesla. That's why I did say that. But
But like,
yeah.
I like the electric Mustang, and like when I was in Miami, when those electric cars, that's like them big muscle type cars, like
Hmm.
Mustangs and stuff like that. It's crazy. Like they start up just like one. Like it even
No, yeah,
sound
they
like
get up.
yeah.
They
So
move.
I like
No, a
those.
Tesla move too. Boy, I ain't know if you seen that thing get up. That thing, it'll take anybody.
Man, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. All right. Would you rather be low key, rich,
Low key.
be low key and rich, or famous and watch 24/7 like a streamer?
Low key and rich.
Low key and rich.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about streaming?
No.
No, it's too much for you.
Nah. Not too much. Like that type of stuff is definitely my field and things I would do in the future.
Hmm.
But streaming itself, I've always I've like YouTube and content creating, like I've always like been into that like since middle school, and deeper to the point to where like really actually understanding what goes behind and what makes the most money and what people actually love and what lasts and what's quick. Streaming, that's something quick right now. I want you to know that like that one ain't gonna last too long.
You know, I you know what's wild because on previous episodes when I have my other co-host
Hmm.
Naya on here, and me and her we talked about that in the episode where we was like, okay, you know, like how like entertainment it always comes in different forms. Like in
Hmm.
the early days, it was the fireside chats where like people would have be on the radio. It only have like one
Hmm.
station, and then you had like later on like late night radio stations playing like you know the soulful music or like late night TV with like a little more vulgar than what you would hear on daytime. And then you know you had the daytimes like the Oprahs and whatever, and then you started getting more into the internet. So you got social media, the vines and stuff like that when those
Hmm.
short clips and like radio it's like it's always coming in different forms, and now we have streaming, whether you're streaming TV shows, movies, workout videos, or like people streaming and people watching them, like that's
Hmm.
entertainment. But it's always gonna be something different. So I always be like, what do you think is gonna be after streaming, and like why do you think streaming is not gonna last?
I'm gonna be real with you. What we need a reset. We need to go back to more physical content, and that's what's going to get things back to what we really needed to be. Like it's actually crazy that it's a huge connection to almost all of these things from regular just like YouTube streamers or streaming like Netflix and all of those services, also connected with the actual music industry. To say that all of these entities are connected by just this quick form of releasing content, if we get back to having more physical and because what's happening now is more quantity over quality. If we get back to quality over quantity, we're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
better products. What's happening for real is because of streaming, one, what's happening is it takes 10 times more the plays of a song for somebody to get a certain amount of
Yeah,
numbers,
yeah, yeah.
a money amount. And that's ridiculous when if you had a physical CD, it's where it used to be 15.99, so let's say $16 a CD, boom,
Hmm.
that's $16, and usually that gets broken up. And so if anything, if you have a great contract, you making $10 out of that 16. You feel me? Boom,
Yeah.
that's great. You making way more than what some people is making off a million views. Because a million views don't get you
Yeah.
nothing no more. It don't
And
even it
now,
don't even get you a band.
yeah, when I had Buddha on a couple episodes ago, he's a rapper,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about how, like, back in the day, when people bought your tapes, your vinyls, your
Mm-hmm.
CDs, even just buying like the electronic copy of it, you
Yeah.
knew, okay, I sell this many amount of records, I'm gonna get this percentage because it's in my
Yeah.
contract, so I'm gonna get this amount of money. And it's like now it's so blurred and so many gray areas with the streaming. It's like, hey, how much money? Like, it don't make no sense. Like, and I'm like, I told him Snoop Dogg was talking about that. He's like, I'm getting over 1 billion streams. Like, my
Yeah.
songs get played all the time. But where's the money? Like, where is
Yeah.
the money? Because it seems like it should be way more than what it is.
Once you make everything available, it undervalues everything. So
Mm-hmm.
that's simply what is happening. That's why I know the money is not matching because all the value of everything dropped.
Mm. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
No bueno.
And
They shouldn't have never like really, really slick. I see what they was doing when they thought about it, but they now are realizing, dang, we backed ourselves in a corner. Which I think that's why I said in the beginning, I think it's time for a reset because we at that point now where I think more going into like the 2030s for real, that like it's they gonna really start to see like okay, something gonna have to give and it's probably not going to give on its own. So we're going to have to make it give. And what
mm,
I think, if it was up to me, if I had some power, what I would do is I'd simply tell everybody, like, hey, streaming services is not about to be a thing no more. Then also simultaneously tell all these tech companies that they involved with start releasing more forms of physical content. So like I don't, we had DVDs and stuff like that growing up. I don't know if that's going to be the thing brought back or what they make new, but something of that side, like that side of things, like let's say it's just bringing DVDs back. Boom. Then making new DVD players where it's a thing where it's able to for like everybody to get with like it's we like 20 years past that stuff now, so it's like you got to do it in a way to where everybody's like okay, I can get with a DVD now.
yeah.
But
But I
it's
mean, it's kind
also
of
if
like,
you look at things, if you I feel like you be on the phone enough to see like a lot of people do a lot of old school things, might be for
yeah,
the aesthetic, but like they really do it for the feel. And so I think
yes,
going back to
yes,
DVDs would
yes.
actually be an easy thing.
Yeah, cause like I collect vinyls, right? But
See?
for one, I love music, and like you said, it is for the feel. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm playing music on my phone all the time, in the car all the time. But it's like something about like seeing it. You seeing all the soundtrack, all the producers,
Yeah.
like the pictures that came with the album, them explaining why this happened with this song, and like you have it to like physically hold,
Yeah.
like. Same thing with like DVDs. Like I remember watching DVDs as a kid where they would have the movie, they would have the bloopers, and then they would
Yeah.
have like sometimes the uncut version. And
Mm-hmm.
you have all of that. You didn't have to go looking for it on YouTube, like show me the bloopers from this, that, and third. And shit. Like you already had it.
Yeah.
Like I still got my VHS tapes.
Oh boy, I got so many VHS tapes under my
I'm
bed,
telling
like
you,
right now, like
yeah,
I have
like it's
DVDs on.
something. And I was just talking to one of my patients about this, like the concert tickets. There was like he has shoe boxes full of stubs for like because obviously concerts were so freaking cheap back then. Like you
Mm-hmm.
go see a legend for $10, and they still got all the stubs when they went. But it's like now you don't get
Yeah.
tickets. You just get your little code on Ticketmaster and scan it when you get there. So it is something about having that physical copy for sure. That like I definitely would like more of. You know?
No, I know. Man, I've been. I feel like I've been having my ear to the streets long enough to know that the world is wanting it, and I feel like that's
No,
just
for
all that
real.
need to happen.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that is all my would you rather's. Um, Before we finish, I'm just gonna ask her like going back to draft night. When you hear or like when you get that phone call, like, hey, we're ready for you. We're gonna send this, that, and the third. Like, we want you here. Like, what is that gonna mean to you? Like from everything you've been through, all the training, all the injuries, the time away, the doubts, like just the fun that you've had in college and high school. Like, what is it gonna mean to you? Like, dang, like we here, like we here for real.
Not to take away from the moment, but no, it would definitely be a blessing to get a call on draft night. Knowing my situation, I'll probably be like a priority free agent. So right after day three, like I'd be one of the first people called. But either
Mm-hmm.
or, the call is still being made.
I'm
Yeah,
about to. The
and
call is coming.
when I get that call, man, I like I ain't never been a crying type, so it's just like, hey, coach, let's get to it. I'm ready to work. Like, come on. Like you could have told me
Everybody
yesterday.
say that
Like,
until they get that call and they start crying.
nah, I seen a lot of people not cry. It's bro, man, did you go through what I've been through in life, boy? You realize like you can cry later. Like
I got
that,
you.
those emotions don't hit for me that fast.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, that was another episode of I Gotta Win the Lotto. So, anything you want to tell to the people before we leave?
I just want to tell everybody, man, stay blessed, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and
Stay hydrated.
you know,
Well, yeah,
stay full
thank
of
you
love.
again. Thank you again for coming on. And like I said, so excited for you, so proud of you. And like, even just outside of football, I'm really excited to see like what your other businesses are gonna hold for real. Like, I think it's gonna be something special.
I'm about to send you something on Instagram. I want your opinion on.
Okay, all right, all
Bet.
right. Till next time.